well is, like you see I've done here on this work mat, lay things out in an order that they tend to come out of the post. Just keep things on a nice clean area so that so you don't lose any bits, and you've got a bit of an order in which they come out. Okay, so that'll just come out now. That actuator, there's another little bit inside there. You can't get the orientation wrong of that when you put it back in, because the shaft goes inside there, which then in turn goes into there, and those two little keys line up with the slots in there to hold that all in place. So if you put that in order now, then there's that little bumper, put that there, and your foams, keep it all in order there. I'll put those keys over there, so no there with them. And that comes off, so you've got your top cap, there's like a nylon bushing underneath that. That's fine, that'll just stay on there. It's got a split, so that can be removed quite easily. You'll pull that out, and then you've just got your main body, your main tube, that you can just set to one side. Now when I took this apart, it was absolutely gunged up and filthy. I'm not sure you can see inside there, but it is clean now. There are quite a few it's got like a series of slots inside there. They correspond with the what we call these brass keys, which basically stop any rotational movement of the post, so it doesn't wobble from side to side. And in all fairness, this race face one is one of the best ones I've seen actually. The reverb ones are quite little brass keys. These are quite chunky things, and when they slot into these slots inside this tube, it's absolutely solid. There's no movement, there's no rotational movement whatsoever. It is a really well made post, and it's probably a damn sight cheaper than the current RockShot reverb. Right, now then, so I'll just leave that as it is for the moment. Those keys are quite solid actually. I've had to use a wrench actually to get some grips to get these keys out, so we'll just leave them in place. They shouldn't wobble out. If they do come out easily, just set them to one side. But the first thing I'm going to do, this is where we've got a magnetic pick here. This is where your circlip pliers with, because you've got this nut that goes onto the threads of the Schrader valve here. I don't know if it's visible as well. I think you can see there. You've got like little slots in there, so you need to get something into those little slots. So it's not on very tight. It doesn't need to be on very tight. But we need to turn that, and that's where the little so that's to do the second part. Right. Well, that comes off there. Oops. Don't do what I just done and drop stuff, because you don't want to be losing stuff. I'll put in that with the cap that was on the valve. Right, that now just releases. It's like an internal, that is almost like a sealed cartridge that you get in some of the other posts that have got the that are for cylindrical items. I'm just going to clamp that into there, that cartridge, just for the time being. Again, don't go too tight for the time being. You don't want to damage any of that nice aluminium shaft. Let me just see if these keys will come out of here. So, because you want to take these out, you don't want to be using anything that might scratch the surface of this as well, because this is the bit that goes, that goes up and down that is opposite. So if you start scratching and what have you, there's a chance that it's going to make the operation of it a little bit shabby. Right, there is a little bit of that to get some purchase on with some grips, so they just pull out like so. You've got to get these. There we go. Got to get them out to remove this nylon bush here as well. Just be gentle, don't want to be breaking these because you're going to struggle getting some spares. Then this top cap bush as well, just keep that to one side. All that's got to come off to get your top cap off. Okay, now you'll want to take the top cap off because when you take it off, if it's not been serviced obviously before, or it hasn't been served for a long time, that'll be gunge full of crap and all sorts in there. That comes out of that top cap, that seal. It's like a fork seal, where your stanchions go into your forks, but obviously it's size specific for this particular drop seat. But that will just come out by hand. You don't need to use any tools to get that out. Give that a good clean inside there. Give that a right good cleaning up, providing there's no damage to that. Grease it back up again. That